If you want to see how I got this look right here, it's a very soft, neutral kind of look. Coral eyes, coral lips, like natural lashes. Just see how I do that. Please keep on watching, and I'll start that right about now. So I'm going to start out with the Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe, and if you don't have this, that's fine. I mean, I'm gonna give you the names of the shadows, and these are single shadows, so you're gonna be able to buy them separately. I'm gonna first go into this top shade here. It's called Caffe Macchiato, and I'm gonna go into this next shade over. So these two right here, which is called this one right here is Spice, and I'm gonna take that on a blender brush. And this one is from Morphe, and it is the Morphe S21 brush, and it's just like a plain synthetic fiber blending brush. And I'm gonna tap a little bit into both, tap off the excess, and then I'm just gonna go in and then blend out into the crease. Okay, and I start out with circular motions. Fiesta, which is this bright orange right here, and with the same brush I'm gonna get that, and I'm gonna go a little bit lower but still in the crease. What I want to do now is go in with this Idle Eyes from Wet n Wild. It's a cream eyeshadow pencil, and this is in the color Pixie, and I'm gonna put it on the mobile eyelid, mostly on the center, but I will get it a little more towards the side, and then just blend a little bit with your fingers, and then I just go in a little bit more to pick up more of that color. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with that Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm gonna be using the top shade over here. It's called Pearl. I don't know if you can pick up on some of the shimmer on it. It's really beautiful color. And I'm going to place that over the Idle Eyes cream shadow that we just laid down. And I'm going to put it over top and kind of blend out. And I'm using this on a base shadow brush by Real Techniques. Why I like to use this brush when I'm doing this is that not only does it lay the color down, but when you want to get to the crease or anything like that, it starts blending it for you. So you don't have to switch brushes, and you could keep with the same brush. Going back into the same palette, but I took out the pan itself, and I'm going to use the color Golden Glory. It's like a high sheen kind of pigment. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to take it back on that same brush we were using earlier. You don't have to clean it off or anything. And I'm going to dip into it, and then I'm going to use it more on the outer corners here, and I'm just going to blend into the shadow that we just laid down, kind of creating that halo effect, which I like to do a lot myself. I'm back into that Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to be using this color here. It's called Pink Moscato, and I'm going to be using that as a brow bone highlight. And I'm just going to take a very little bit, not really even much, and I'm just going to put it in here, keeping it very subtle still. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to curl my lashes, and then I'm going to put some mascara, and I'm going to be using the Voluminous from L'Oreal. This is the waterproof mascara. To bronze up the skin, what I'm going to be using is this blusher bronzer duo, and it's from Cargo Cosmetics, so you can kind of see the shimmer and the bronzer, and it's a matte pink on the other side. And I'm going to be taking this on a e.l.f. complexion brush, and I'm only going to be using the bronzer from this. Now I'm going to tap off a little bit, and I think it should be noted that this is probably one of the best bronzers I've used. You do want to be a little light-handed with it because it can come out pretty strong. And what I like to do is go on where the sun is where you're gonna get a natural tan. So it's gonna be the high points of your face, so about right here on the chin, your higher points on your cheek, and it's gonna actually go like a W and it's gonna go from the top here up the bridge of the nose and down the sides, and it's going to be a little more in the middle of the forehead, on the temples as well. So that's where you want to place your brush, and you just want to work it in, and a little bit on the bridge of your nose here. So you're just going to go over like this. For the blush, I do want to keep it coral peachy tones, so what I'm going to be doing is taking it on this Essence blush right here, and this is in the color Autumn Peach, I believe. Yes, Autumn Peach. And I'm going to take that same brush, as I said right now. I like to use it both, and because it does have a little bit of the bronzer on it, I like to keep it kind of blended together. And I put a little bit on here, not too much where it's going to be really noticeable for me. I mean, I have pretty rounded cheeks, so if I do really heavy blush, it tends to make my cheeks look more rounded than what I'm trying to get. So, and also for me, I have to blend blush more on the higher points of my cheeks, whereas if I do it more on the apples of the cheeks, it's going to accentuate the roundness of my face. So if I do it more up here, it makes it look a little more slanted. This highlight is from the BALM Cosmetics. It's the Mary Luminizer, and I'm going to take this on a rather large fan brush, and this one is also from BH Cosmetics, and I like to get it more towards the middle part of the brush and then let the other outer parts blend, and I just go over top. Okay, so for the lips, what I want to do is keep it still in the coral family, and I want to make it something that's light and that it's just going to wear really well throughout the day, and that if you want to go and do a touch-up, you can. If you don't, you're good to go. And what I'm going to be using is Wet n Wild's Balm Stain, and this right here, it says it's a moisturizing lip color, and this is in the color Coral of the Story, so it's just a really light kind of coral color. And I'm just going to place that more on the inner parts of the lips, and then with my finger blend out. There will conclude the look, and hope you liked it. If you have any questions, comments, any suggestions on future looks, I'd really appreciate your feedback if you can leave it in the comment section. Aside from that, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you next time.